Case number 10MAY2021. Name Hood, Outlaws and Legends. In a violent medieval world, outplay rival gangs in intense PvPvE multiplayer heists. Moving in stealth to steal treasures unseen, or dominating through loud and brutal combats, only the best will escape with hard-earned riches. That is the developer's pledge. May the ruling be swift and true for the Emperor. Since this is a PvP game, there is obviously no story. Instead, let me introduce you to the premise of this game. As the name suggests, it's based on Robin Hood and the idea of stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. You are teamed with 3 other players, and your goal is to steal the key from the sheriff, locate the vault inside of NPC-occupied keep, and take away a treasure chest that has to be winched away from the map for ultimate win. And here's the twist. You are not alone. There is another team of 4 players trying to do exactly the same, hence the PvPvE in the description. Sounds interesting? Because it is. This is not a AAA title, so don't expect the shiniest graphics, but then again it doesn't cost 50 Imperial credits either. For a console port, the graphics are serviceable, so while you won't be taken aback by the beauty of the settings, it still does good job and it's good enough to create the immersion from the graphical standpoint. Main issue is locked 60 FPS on PC port, but Game Director recently confirmed that they are looking into it and will unlock it as soon as their rune priest figure out how to do it. Music in this game, as sparingly used as it is great. Energetic, big mysterious and old-timey. Except that idiotic rap song they put into the original trailer, that was pure idiocracy and heresy of the highest order. I know, they tried to make it more cool and to seem down with the kids, but they just made an absolute buffoons out of themselves. What's next? Hard-based party at the sheriff's homestead? But props to the devs by owning their own brain fart on social media, admitting it was a stupid choice. Voice acting is also good, although limited to pointing out objectives and screams of pain, so one may argue that there is not much they could do wrong. Putting graphics, sounds and music together, Hood has definitely its own atmosphere. The dark areas lit just by fires and torches, dark shapes lurking in the shadows quietly assassinating NPCs and players alike. I cannot deny that every time I jump into the game, I get that cool tingle in my stomach, being ready to pit my wits and skills against both artificial as well as human competitors. Gameplay experience varies on the class you play. If you are playing range character that shoots, you have the aiming reticle that helps a lot, but as for melee ones, you just have to play a lot to get the feel of where your weapon is going to hit. Although me, playing only Toki, the bolt guy. Even after 12 hours and getting him to level 10, I am still missing a lot of my attacks. But not all is caused just by my boomer reflexes, there are lag issues involved as well. Many players are reporting unplayable pings or huge lag spikes and are crying for dedicated servers. I myself often hit the enemy and get no hit registered, and I blame lag for it rather than shitty hitbox, because as far as I am concerned, hitboxes are okay in this game. Melee combat feels clunky, but it's still fun, despite some of my hits not being registered. Due to the way this game works, combat is not just pure button mashing, but you have to use your brain as well. Everything costs stamina. Blocking, dodging, attacking, and the amount depends on whether you are using light or heavy attack. So while fighting, you have to also micromanage your stamina bar, deciding when it's better to attack, stagger, dodge, or just simply flee. And outthinking your opponent and adapting to their dodges and parries adds a whole new level into the mix. Word of caution, while it is possible to fight against 2 or 3 enemies at the same time and win, it is only possible if they clump together or are not really good at the game. Funnily enough, this happens more often than not, but caution is still recommended, as I got wrecked numerous times just by being overly confident. After all, this is a team game, not your usual Fortnite 420 no scope I carry noobs GGS game. So play as a team, not a low IQ Call of Duty player.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
As for the abominable intelligence, those guys are beyond stupid. Orc would look like Einstein compared to them. You can literally walk crouch next to them, circle around and assassinate them without AI spotting you ever. While I believe the devs needs to feed them few more virtual carrots to improve their eyesight, I also think that the abominable intelligence in this game needs to be dumb. You are playing against human players and many of them are really good, so having a killer AI on the loose would make the game unplayable. And of course, beware of Sheriff. This behemoth clad in armor is unkillable, which is also historically accurate, as to kill a knight takes several people and even then few would die or get hurt badly. And he will kill you in one go if you get too close to him. Last but not least, each character has their own special ability. At the time of making this review there are 4 playable characters: Robin with his explosive arrow, Marianne who can go invisible, John with his unlimited stamina for a short duration, and 2K who can heal teammates and reveal enemies in his vicinity. Do not despair, devs already announced new map and new character coming out shortly, so for the future there will be way more places to loot and more characters to play. Right now all characters feels balanced, and so far I never felt that any of them are OP, which is also confirmed by the stats provided by the developers. Marianne can be easily spotted coming at you in her invisibility if you are careful enough, John's one-shot jump can be blocked or dodged if timed correctly, and if you are quick you can still run away from Robin's explosion radius. All you need to do is trust in the Emperor and get good scrubs. Before we move on, let me talk about the maps. These play a huge part in the game as each map is different, has different entry points, escape routes, and knowing the ground gives you as a player a huge advantage. Great thing about the maps is that Sheriff and Vault door spawns randomly in one of the I think 3 places, so no lifers can't just walk to the vault and wait for the new place to bring them the key, but rather actively hunt for it. To reiterate how important it is to know the map, I had a game where I wasted 5 minutes just looking for an entry point to the fort, and the enemy team managed to get the key, steal the chest and winch it all away without me seeing even one of them, just because I had no idea where I am and where is everything. But back to the review. After the chest is taken, there are always 3 possible places where you can put it and attempt to winch it away. Every time a checkpoint is reached on a winch, the team gets 100 gold. So even if you lose the game, you are getting at least some money for your effort if you manage to get at least 1 checkpoint. Once again, great fail-safe against bad matchmaking. Also, this winching part is where the real game begins, and it is the most exciting as everyone just tried to do their best to wipe the enemy team and steal the treasure for themselves. I love it! Controls in the game are alright. You can rebind the keys except the keys for mute and voice chat because, I don't know, to be honest, why the f is that one option hard coded? Also, what heretical mutant would ever use those 2 keys for voice comm is beyond me. So many times I wanted to shout out at the teammate to look behind and dodge approaching enemy just to find out I pressed the wrong key. Devs, please! Hilarious fact about this console port is that you can't really use your mouse outside of settings. Everything is hard-coded to keep pressing because the devs could not be asked by making buttons that would be clickable by mouse. Which is all good, since this is the state of gaming industry in 2021. Like the PC players, we will gladly pay full price for a shit console port, despite us having the machine spirits that could run this game simultaneously 5 times over. After the game is finished, you get to decide how much of the gold you earned from assassinating NPCs and winching the chest is going to go to you or the people. Simply press A or D key to assign the amount, although you only have a couple of seconds to do it. You as a player need money to be able to buy perks and skins, about them in a moment, and money donated to the poor will increase your hideout rank. Sadly, hideout does not change its appearance when leveling up, which I personally take as a huge oversight on the devs part, and I'm hoping it will be patched in later. Because once you buy all the perks and all the skins, what is the point of having money, right? We need a shop where you can unlock stuff for your hideout by leveling it up and then buying it from the store. Currently, the only reason to upgrade your hideout is to be able to unlock certain skins for weapons and characters, but that's not really good enough for me, who couldn't care less about these. Instead, imagine the store I mentioned, where you can buy better looking hats, tents, or put some banners around, change the look of training dummies, build some walls. Obviously all just for the looks and not giving any gaming advantages, but it will be something to check out when you invite your friends into your hideout that looks differently from theirs. And it will give us something to spend our money on. Let me talk about one big problem I have with this game, and that is assassination. If you crouch and approach an NPC from behind, you can execute them, in which case you get most experience points as well as 10 gold. I like this because even as a new player, and even if matchmaking screws you royally and pits you against people you have no chance of winning against, you can still walk around killing NPCs and getting some money and EXP for leveling up. But the problem is, this also works on players and you can do nothing about it. There is no warning, no flash, no message, just suddenly the killing animation triggers and you are dead. I know you can argue that I should be good and watch my back, after all this game is from the third person view, but these attacks are unavoidable and there is not even some 1 second long quick time event to give you a chance to dodge or parry the attack. And that feels very unfair. If I die because I fight two people, run out of stamina, miss too many attacks or got dogpiled, that's fair dues. But to die to an unavoidable attack feels very unfair to me. Especially if you are playing against a team where 3 people are constantly doing this, just trying to circle you around, and then sooner or later one of them is going to get that inevitable assassination. But there is another issue with this as well, because while assassinating, the killer also gets locked into the animation and still is vulnerable. So many times I managed to kill the assassin sitting on my teammates, locked in the animation, unable to break free or dodge. It just doesn't make sense. This animation should either be lasting for maximum of 2 seconds, or make it that the assassin can cancel it, the players get separated, victim left with few health points, and assassin will be able to dodge or parry the incoming attacks. Once again, game directors said they are looking into this issue and will improve it soon, so keep an eye on my pinned message below the video for later updates. And lastly, matchmaking. I would like to appeal to the players' common sense and not to get scared by the numbers near the players' names. You can level up to 100 easier than it is to say that Magnus is a spineless chicken who fucked up everything the Emperor was trying to achieve and is one of the reasons the Imperium is now there in regress and the state is
6.5 hours later.
Also, for the most part, the matchmaking system is good. I rarely have a game that is one-sided pub stomp. Most of the time it is either balanced or gets completely out of control on both sides. Once again, the real game starts once the chest is on the winch and brings utter chaos to the gameplay. There is one last thing I would advise the developers though, and that is smart matchmaking like the one we had in the game called Nosgoth, where computer would analyze the wins and losses and player level constantly within the two teams, and if necessary, swap in few players between teams to achieve the ultimate balance. Hood could definitely do with such system, if only to relieve the fear of new players from playing against high level players. This game is completely playable with 4 level 100 players and 4 level 1 players, just have a system in place that will swap them in between to get 2 of each in one team and you are golden. Too many times I have seen single-digit players to leave the lobby just because they have seen the enemy team having 80 plus level players. Dear battle brothers and sisters, after 12 hours and counting, I proclaim this game worth of your credits and time if you are looking for a good fun PvP game that you can take both as fun and exciting way to release the Steam, or to no-life it and become the ultimate kid rector. If the developers keep the good work, listen to some of the fair complaints the player base has, and most importantly keeps communicating about what's happening, we have a great game on our hands with the potential to stay around for quite some time and even get in their own tournaments. It's playable solo or with friends or making new friends along the way. I really do recommend it and enjoy playing it myself. You can display your agreement or disagreement with my ruling by giving this video thumbs up or down and adding your own comment below. For more rulings and to prove that you are no filthy heretic, click that subscribe button right now, right before my acolytes take you in for a questioning. I will see you at the next ruling, and as always, the Emperor protects!